You know him and you love him, and he's back. Here's Greg Ellis.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Hey, thanks.
Let's talk football and foundation too.
Mhm.
We'll get to your paths back here because there's a lot of guys, frankly, that are in the NFL. They think, well, I'll just coach someday. I'll coach or be a broadcaster someday,
Yeah.
and they don't necessarily understand the grind.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to that in a minute.
Mhm.
The only negative of this camp so far, of course, is the Sam Williams injury. I'm sure you've had a chance to kind of visit with him and give him a pat on the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. And a good thing about it, his spirit is up as much as can be. But the whole team has so much that we wanted to do with Sam. Man, he was one of the guys that we felt like he got a lot of room to grow, and I mean that in a good way.
Right.
He's fast and strong and all those good things. His attitude, his excitement he brings to the team. So we're definitely going to miss him for this year.
Some people said, well, he's a starter. I guess that didn't matter so much as depending on what you do with Micah on a given play.
Yeah.
He's a top of the rotation guy or what.
It exactly, that's when your team becomes good because, if you got just two good defensive ends rushing, that's great. But somebody going to get tired.
Right.
And the rotation keep everybody going. And so Sam obviously was going to play that role for us. So, but it's an opportunity for somebody else to step up as well.
Have you known Tank Lawrence for a long time or just kind of known out it?
Tank Moore.
The market we call him.
Y'all call him Tank Moore? I hadn't heard of that name.
Okay, go ask him why. He was called Tank when he was little because they put him at running back.
Oh, really?
And, of course, it was your son.
Yes, his run. That was me. Was it? No, I didn't know that was his big man.
Yeah, give it.
But D-Law, man, he epitomized what you want to see in veteran leadership. And not just the locker room talk. He does that too. He's a great locker room guy. But to me, I'm about, making stuff happen. And so forth in this training camp. And even in our meeting walks up, he walks the walk. And that's what you want out of a guy like that.
And then we mentioned Micah, who is a hybrid.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. We started calling him linebacker.
Linebacker.
Do you like that?
I like it. You got some names.
He likes the lion. I didn't. That wasn't a boy thing. We came up that way. But it makes sense because he's playing some off-ball linebacker now.
Really?
But he's one of the 3 or 4 or 1 best pass rushers in football. How do you visualize him fitting into your group and beyond?
Man, to what he brings to the table, obviously there's a lot of speed. But to me, him being astute to the game, a student of the game, is what I didn't know. Like, you can watch TV and see how fast he is, see the kind of athletic ability he has. But, when you get around him and you see how he go about his business, his preparation, and that kind of stuff, that's what's going to help him have a long career in this league.
For us, Greg Ellis, Cowboy defensive line assistant here in Oxnard, when you, as you say, watch him work that way, but then when you get a chance to talk to him, as obviously you have a million times now, he's a pretty sharp guy.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I look at your guys' playbook all the way back to the 90s, and I'm like, you can't really, how dumb can you be to play football? Because that thing back in those days was like this. Now it's just a pad.
Yeah.
The point's the same. He brings a certain smarts to it all.
He really does. And so does D-Law. And a lot of our guys on this football team, and they do more than this, just their job, right? They are aware and want to be aware of other people's positions on the team so they can see how the puzzle fits together. And that's very good.
Okay, that's a good segue to something else I want to touch on with you on football. So Ozzie Smith is not exactly in your charge, but you eyeball him over there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you followed it last year, but, let's put his weight here, let's put his weight there. Again, he's a rookie trying to find his way. It seems like he's carrying himself like a football player.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And, Mozzie, and I don't know if he's just a scheme last year, so I don't know all the things that was asked of him.
Yeah.
But, Mozzie said he feel like this what we're doing now thus far is fitting him much better than last year.
So it's more nose tackle-ish kind of.
Yeah.
Fill the gap, occupy block. Your path to get here, and I mentioned this earlier. I was a star in the NFL, so why can't I just go be a defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Instead, you took what I always thought was a better path because your employer in the NFL now knows you don't just want to be a celebrity, you want to coach.
Yeah.
So your path included that school, and that school where my son's been in coaching too. I assume you had to wash some laundry and some floors.
Did I have to wash some Yeah, I was at a NAIA level of football.
Right.
And so, God bless those programs because they don't have all the resources.
Yep.
But you got a bunch of kids that want to play football and is striving to be good. And so it's fun to be there. But yeah, I used to wash the laundry, cut the grass, did all those things. And I wouldn't trade it because, like you said, I'm not here because of, I played with the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry drafted me, Jerry likes Greg and all that stuff. I'm here, and it's the expectation of me acting to coach, not just to be here to sign autographs and try to look good on the sidelines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You do look good on the side.
Oh, what's
Let's not make appreciate on that. It helps that everybody from Mike Zimmer to Bill Parcells who interacted with you either told other people or maybe told you, I'd probably a coach someday.
Yeah. Bill probably was the first one that told me that I really took serious. You know, it was one day when I had tore my Achilles tendon, you know, I was out standing around watching the guys practice, and I was, you know, telling guys that I thought would work on pass rush. And then Bill asked me, he said, Greg, you ever thought about coach? In the film, when I retired, he used to come and get me and have me go up to his teams and work with his guys on pass rushing. And so both of those guys and other people too always told me that, hey man, you should coach, you'd be a good coach.
Your quality as a person is one of the reasons you were drafted here. I'm not going to dredge up the Randy Moss thing. Think you've heard plenty.
He love you, Randy. Great career, Randy.
You know him?
No, I don't know him personally. I mean, we're not around each other, anything like that.
That might be a good little round table.
Yeah, yes. It's a good little round.
Obviously, that was not the time and the place in the Cowboys' view to take a supposed behavioral risk.
Yeah.
So they took a really good football player who, I think it was Mac Brown that said, I'd let him babysit my kids.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's some people took that wrong. I thought it was lovely.
Yeah.
And now you see that manifest itself in your career, including your work with the foundation and charity and the film. Walk us through that.
Yeah, correct. So we have a foundation that I started. You know, I got really tired, if you would, and I've seen so many retired football players mentally and the things they go through. And then I started noticing it just wasn't a football thing. It's just not even an athletic thing. It's just people across the world, man. Mental health is a serious issue. It's a growing epidemic. And so I wanted to do something about it. And so we started a foundation. We also have a film about mental health as well. And so our goal is to get that out next year. But of course, now I'm focusing on football. So Cowboy fans don't feel like I'm splitting time and nothing like that. There are other people in place to help things.
There's enough time in the day to do something nice.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a name of the film yet?
Yeah, the name of the film is called My Dear.
My Dear.
D-E-A-R, Dear.
Okay.
My Dear.
And then the foundation?
This foundation is called Getting My Help. There's an app for it as well, so you can download that. That's free. And so please go check it out. It's gettingmyhelp.org.
You know what's interesting, and I know you're aware of Dak Prescott going public with his family's struggles.
Yeah.
And a few people, maybe they're trolls, didn't quite understand.
Yeah.
But the more that somebody like him or you talks about that, the more some 13-year-old is going to go, oh, him?
Yes. Is it? Exactly.
And I've talked about it. We all have in our family. I have some.
No, exactly.
If you had a broken leg, you'd go to a doctor.
Yeah. Exactly.
You wouldn't be embarrassed about it.
No.
You'd go fix it. You'd go work on it.
Yep.
And that's where we are or should be on mental health.
Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we do other things with the foundation as far as mental health is concerned. But I think a big part of that is trying to help people to understand it's nothing to be embarrassed about and to have a better understanding of what true mental health disorders are.
There's Greg Ellis, Cowboys coach. Now you're going to go in the locker room and they're not going to make you wash any jock straps or sweep any floors. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. What do you say? Yes, sir.